Ernest Hemingway once said,
"There is nothing to writing. All you do is sit down at a typewriter and bleed."
A little graphic, but true? Ernest Hemingway was one of the most prolific writers and most respected writers of our time. Would you agree, Jono? I read half of The Sun Also Rises and got bored and got rid of it. Drank a mojito. Apparently, Hemingway loved mojitos, and he also loved distraction-free writing, which is what today's product, the Astrohaus Ernest Hemingway Freewrite Signature Edition, is all about. That's a really long name, so they say you can also just call it the Hemingwrite, which is what this thing was originally called when it launched on Kickstarter in 2014. It's supposed to be a distraction-free writing tool. They changed the name from the Hemingwrite to the Freewrite because I actually don't know why they did that. So a fan was like, hey, I bought this thing for $900? Jeez Louise. And they were like, do you want to cover it? And we're like, sure. As somebody whose job is to put words down on a digital page, I can understand that sometimes distractions are very distracting. And a tool or some sort of setup that would allow you to get rid of said distractions and just focus on your thoughts, your ideas, the shapes, squiggly lines that you want to communicate. Something like that might be useful. Wow, look at this thing. We got some leather, rich cognac leather. I thought cognac was an alcohol. I mean, it's definitely, it looks like, it's all new. I mean, the idea, I think, is that you want to travel the world, go to Spain, run with the bulls, as Ernest Hemingway did. And this thing is gonna gather some wear and tear. You can also use it as a drum. Okay, I gotta say, the USB-C cord that comes with it, it's a USB-C to A cord for charging. It's kind of not the same vibe, is it? There's like a furry thing, a poofy, stuffy, what do you call that? Fleece, sure, it's got fleece on the other side. I'll keep you writing safe. Okay, so, to address anybody's confusion right off the bat, this is a distraction-free writing tool. The idea is that instead of writing on your laptop where you can get notifications and you can be tempted to open a new tab and switch to Twitter and have multiple windows and all these things coming at you from all sides, you say, no, I won't do that. I will get a typewriter, or rather a modern typewriter. I guess this would still be a typewriter, wouldn't it? There's just no paper. So there's an e-ink screen, so you can see what you're writing and you can write the truest sentence that you know, as Hemingway tells you to, if you're just gonna listen to him. And then you have, it's also got Wi-Fi. It's got 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi and it syncs up with Google Drive, Dropbox, and Evernote, I believe. So it's not like you're just like typing these things and then they stay in there forever and it's just like a journal. I guess they got different folders here, A, B, and C. You can be writing 3 things at one time and that's it. I thought it was heavier. I thought it was gonna be heavier than that. It's supposed to be 4 pounds, I think. Cleaning cloth, which for the whole thing, I guess. Is it for the screen? And then we got a sticker and then a warranty card. Cool, cool, cool. Astrohaus. Please wait, booting. Sorry, for some reason I thought it would just be like boom, you know, because it's literally just an e-ink screen and like a word processor, I guess. I imagine that it would be a bit more like jump into writing right away, but no, you gotta, I just had an idea. Oh, this inspired me. I have to write many, many haikus. Booting. Your distraction-free writing experience awaits. Oh, manage your account and input languages at this URL. It's time to begin. Push new plus new to start your first draft. As in like hold the new button and then press the other new button? There's a bit of a delay there, eh? I love Ernest Hemingway. Oh no. Right away, I feel like the delay between when I hit a key and when it shows up on screen is kind of problematic. Like right there, I was trying to type something and then I made a mistake, so I was backspacing and trying to rewrite again, but it wasn't catching up, so I had to wait for the thing to catch up before I could keep typing. Okay. So this might just be a limitation of e-ink screens in general, and I'm almost positive that it is. So as we can see, this has a aluminum chassis, and apparently it's hand polished, but it's uncoated. So it will develop like a natural patina over time. There's a reason why Linus is not doing the short circuit. This is not the type of product meant to impress a hardcore electronics enthusiast, unless that electronics enthusiast is also like, I don't know, into poetry or something. There's a reason I'm doing this one, because I'm LMG's resident hipster douchebag, and I can acknowledge there's an alternate version of me that would really, really, really like this thing. This is a special edition of the Astrohaus Freewrite, which it's $600. I don't even want to say the price, but this is $900. But to continue on with the device itself, these are Cherry MX brown switches, and they do feel nice. I mean, like, I gotta say, like, it's a good mechanical keyboard. It feels good to type on. It's got embedded flash memory, so that's how it stores the little drafts you're gonna write. It's got a Type-C port for charging, which I already said. The battery will last 4 weeks, so you can basically be working on 3 things at once. Which is fair, because part of the concept of this thing is that you sit down to write, and it's meant to like separate the writing process from the editing process. So this is just supposed to be the straight content generation. I had an idea, and I'm gonna like stream of consciousness blurt it out into a draft form, and then I'll sync that to the cloud, and I'll pick it up on my laptop and I'll edit it more. I can see that working. I just can't, it's $900. This might be good, yeah, on an airplane if you need to do some writing, but the thing is that like, this is really only for creative writing. If you need to do any sort of research while you're writing, like for my type of work, I need to like have all the sources that I'm like referencing and stuff up at the same time while I'm writing. This is like, you're writing a short story, you're writing a poem, you're writing first-hand account of like your own life. There is a specific cool use case, and the thing is that like Astrohaus says, that in people who have tried this thing, they've seen, obviously there aren't like, maybe there are studies, but they say that they've seen people's writing productivity double and maybe even triple. What I will say is that, okay, this is $900 and you probably shouldn't buy it, but I will say about Astrohaus, they have a number of other products that might make more sense. Like the regular Freewrite is only $600, still too expensive, but they have a Freewrite Traveler, and I don't know how much that is, but I'm assuming that it's less than $600. I would take this thing a lot more seriously, honestly, if there was a faster refresh rate with like response rate with the typing to screen. Press the special button, it will cycle through a few different things that you can display down here. So originally, I guess it just says Freewrite and then the folder that you're on. Press it once, it'll tell you the number of words you have, characters, and how long it takes to read what you wrote. That's kind of cool. If I want to write like a 3-minute long thing, it'll tell me when I've reached around 3 minutes. That's kind of cool. Oh, and then here's a timer.
The latency of the e-reader, because e-readers are slow, so I think that removes.
Is there an e-ink screen that doesn't do this?
No.
There isn't.
But here's the thing. The amount of time it takes for the hammer to like strike a page is probably the same, except
we were just saying the opposite. Like you hit it, it goes whoosh.
Yeah, but the time it takes, it's just that you're seeing movement that whole time.
Yeah.
But actually when that letter comes up, it might be similar. For what this is, they did it the right way. There are people who like, you wanna go to a coffee shop and type your screenplay and not be distracted by the internet, but you have to bring your laptop and the internet is like a click away. You could actually, this is still small enough that you could just put this on a table at a Starbucks and jam, and there's not gonna be any distractions.
That's the whole idea.
How much does it cost?
$900.
Out of here.
This is the thing. I don't understand how these guys are making any money. This thing made $342,000. It raised $342,000 on Kickstarter in 2014 with a $250,000 goal. It blew past its goal. A bunch of people wanted this. I mean, clearly there's a market. Well, I think overall this is kind of a defeat for the Astrohaus Ernest Hemingway Freewrite Signature Edition. But to quote Ernest Hemingway, man is not made for defeat. A man can be destroyed, but not defeated. So I guess the Hemingwrite wins again. Hey, Short Circuit, that was one of the videos. You wanna see more? Subscribe. Check out TechLinked. Please watch. Tech News. TalkLinked's coming back.